What's up everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be sharing something that's probably on most people's mind when it comes to consulting, or any career at all for that matter, and that's the salary. Money plays a critical factor in our decisions, especially if we're thinking about relocating or choosing a certain firm to start or pivot into. I've shared other videos on whether or not management consulting is the right career for you, as well as other videos on this channel that should help when making your decision. So be sure to check those out after watching this one. Again, there are other factors that should hopefully be taken into consideration prior to just jumping into consulting, like the type of work being done as well as the environment you'll be in after college. But I hope you find this video helpful and support the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing. With that being said, show me the money and let's get into it. When it comes to breaking down a consultant's salary, there are so many factors that need to be taken into consideration. Are they working in New York or San Francisco where the cost of living is high, or somewhere else? Will they be an entry-level hire, or does having a master's degree bump their pay up just a little bit? Aside from these, there are a lot of other factors that contribute to a management consultant salary, so keep in mind the numbers that I'll be sharing are just a rough estimate based on what I've seen and heard. What I strongly dislike seeing is people viewing salaries off Google and expecting to be compensated at the same level or a higher level, when in reality, their circumstance will likely vary than that person who posted their salary. And something else people need to take into consideration is that I'll be sharing salaries, not total compensations, which could be significantly higher than what you see on paper or what I do mention. Looking at our current societal situation and the impact COVID-19 has had on hiring, getting a job in this market has been tough. Many either lost their jobs or struggled finding one because of constant hiring freezes. So as a way to help each other out and to pay it forward, if anyone watching this video knows companies currently hiring or want to help others out, leave a comment below so people can reach out and learn more. For many companies, they weren't opening a new wave of consulting hiring because of how the economy was impacted, as well as the transition to a virtual workspace. Nonetheless, many consulting firms were able to adapt accordingly and increase their hiring processes, like McKinsey and their government work being done. In order to maintain employee retention, many companies were not able to increase salaries, but provided alternative incentives to encourage their employees, like increasing their PTO, contributing more to their retirement plans, and offering employees the option of indefinite work from home if that piques their interest. This was seen as a beneficial approach to keeping employees happy and effectively working. Regardless, this was not the case for many companies, and downsizing became an issue as well. I personally think that we are far from an economic recovery and hope that we begin heading in the right direction as society begins to open up and vaccines begin rolling out. But I digress, and going back to the original point of conversation, management consulting firms vary their pay depending on whether you're working at the MBB, Big 4, or boutique firms. Due to their prestige, caliber of work, and reputation, the MBB tend to pay entry-level hires the most, with an average base salary of $90,000 and a signing bonus of anywhere between $5,000 to $15,000. For many, this might sound like a high number, especially for someone who just graduated college, but keep in mind the high level and quality of work expected, as well as the hours per week that they will be working. If you're interested in comparing how consultants' pay compares to investment banking, I've actually made another video on that, which I'll be sure to link in the bio below. The Big 4 start their consultants at slightly less, with a range of $65,000 to $85,000, depending on the firm and practice you'll be working in. Their signing bonuses tend to be a bit higher at roughly $10,000 to $20,000, but keep in mind that the Big 4 does tend to have a bigger size in comparison to the MBB firms. Deloitte, for example, has their traditional consulting branch, a technology sector, a strategy and operations division, and a government and public services field. And guess what? They all get paid differently despite being under the same company and starting off at the same level. That's why consulting salaries should sometimes be taken with a grain of salt, because there's usually more than what you're initially thinking. From here, there are the boutique firms or just as large firms like Accenture, Booz Allen, and Kearney that may not be as big as the MBB or Big 4, but provide pretty big checks to their consultants. Management consultants at these firms are likely to start off at $80,000 to $110,000 out of school, disregarding their signing bonuses or other bonuses for that matter. Keep in mind that each firm works a little differently and provides different incentives. Some provide a retirement match up to a certain percentage, whereas others provide travel bonuses on top of the miles and hotel points acquired. Each firm you receive an offer from will have its own benefits, which is why it's up to you to do your research to determine where you see yourself working. At the end of the day, being an entry-level consultant anywhere is about gaining that experience and being able to develop yourself professionally more than anything else. After working several years and being promoted to a higher level like managing director or junior partner, you're likely going to be making $500,000 prior to any bonuses. So it's not about how you start, but how you finish and that journey it takes to get to your destination. But again, do remember that what I just shared are just salaries and signing bonuses, and there are other bonuses that do accumulate to your total compensation, regardless of the firm you are working at. With that being said, be sure to let me know in the comments below if there are any certain firms you'd like to learn more about, from their pay to their work culture to their projects. If you're interested in getting started with your career in management consulting, then you've come to the right place. I've made over a dozen different videos on consulting, which I hope you enjoy and gain value from. But if you'd like to learn even more, then you're more than welcome to visit my website ryanrafi.com and schedule a one-on-one appointment to chat with me. I'll be sure to link in my bio below a promo code for my services and products as well. Once again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, until next time.